Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Astrology. Today we are going to discuss about education. How education can be seen through astrology. We will be discussing about that. Now, before discussing further, I would like to just say that the viewers who want to see this video in Hindi can go to the link below, and they will be able to see this whole video in Hindi as well. Now, we talk about further about education. I get mails that about of some people who ask me that their education was disturbed in between their education. They were unable to complete their education. They were not able to get any kind of education. So I thought that I should make a video on this, and so let's discuss further that how can education be seen through horoscope. Now, uh, we have to talk about karak first. Now, what is the karak of education in astrology? In astrology, the karak of education is Jupiter, and the main planets for education, for judging the education of a person, are Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter. If Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter are not well placed in a horoscope of a native, then the native will not be able to get a good education or a proper education in his life. So because moon is your mind. If your mind is disturbed, you cannot achieve good things in your education. You cannot perform well. Mercury is your intelligence, your memory power. If Mercury is disturbed, then you will be able to not you will not be able to learn the things easily. You will not be able to comprehend with the things easily. So again, your education will be hampered. Then these are the main planets and karaks. The next we have to discuss is the houses. The houses which represent the education in a Vedic astrological chart are second house, fourth house, fifth house, and ninth house, of which fifth and ninth house are of prime importance, because fifth house and ninth house are the main houses for seeing the education of a person. Now, let's discuss what are the various fields and what are the combinations for various fields, which planets are responsible for various education fields. If a person gets a education in a specific field like engineering, medical, etc., then what are the combinations for that? So let's start with engineering first. So if a person is pursuing engineering, then the planets which play the main role behind that are Mars and Saturn. If Mars and Saturn are in conjunction with each other in a house, or they aspect with to each other, or they influence Moon, the fifth house, the ascendant or the ascendant lord, then there are the possible chances that the person should go in engineering field and he will perform well in that. The zodiac signs which represent engineering are Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Rahu can also be seen, because if there is influence of Rahu in addition to Mars and Saturn, then the field related to electrical and electronics will be very good for a person. The next area or the field is the medical field. The medical area. So the medical field, in medical field, how a person can achieve education, the planets which are responsible for getting an education in a medical field are Sun, Moon, Mars, and Mercury. So Sun, Moon, Mars, and Mercury are the main planets responsible for getting education in medical field, and the zodiac signs which play important role in getting in the, which represent or play important role in this kind of education are Cancer and Virgo. And for if you are seeing that if these planets are enhanced, they are more strong than other planets in the whole horoscope, then person will go in this field. And you should also have to see the 6th and 10th house for medical field, because these two houses represent the medical area. Then the next field is commerce and management field. What are the various planets which are the which play the role behind getting an education to the native in commerce and management area are Jupiter and Mercury. These are the two planets which are responsible for commerce and management. Jupiter is your finances, your wealth, and Mercury is your business. So together, if they are sitting in second house, fourth house, fifth house, or ninth house, or they are influencing any of these houses or the moon, then the native will be able to get education in commerce and management field. The zodiac signs which play a vital role for getting the education in commerce and management area are Gemini, Virgo, and Libra. Then the next field that we talk about is arts and fashion designing. For arts and fashion designing, four planets are mainly responsible, that are Venus, Mercury, Rahu, and Moon. Why Venus? Because Venus is the planet for arts, for any kind of design, for any kind of show work. Venus is the planet for that. If your Venus is hampered, if it is weak in your horoscope, then this area is a bit difficult for you. So Venus should be strong in this case. Then Mercury is your internal creativity. It enhances your creativity, because arts and design is a field which requires creativity. Then Rahu. Rahu is mainly responsible for breaking the boundaries, for breaking the trends. The market trends are as usual going on from a long time, but if there is an impact of Rahu, then your mind will say that no, I want originality in my work and I have to break these trends, and you will create your own fashion. So Rahu is very important for fashion and arts. Then Moon is your mind. If you are not able to imagine in your mind that how you will design, how you will be able to succeed in arts, so Moon is also very important. The main zodiac signs which play an important role in this field are Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Cancer, and Pisces. So these are the main zodiac signs. Now this till now we have talked about the various fields and of the education in which a person can go if he is having some certain or particular combinations. Now we talk about a chart, a divisional chart known as Chaturvishmamsha or D24 chart. It is a chart purely for seeing the education. It is a chart for education purpose only. If you want to see that how well the education of the native will be, you have to see the D24 chart. So you just have to analyze the ascendant of the D24 chart, the fifth house of the D24 chart, and ninth house of the D24 chart. Then you have to make a similar pattern, you have to analyze a similar pattern between your Lagna chart and your, that is D1 chart, and your D24 chart. When these two patterns are similar, then you can move to a conclusion that this area will be the area of education for the native. Otherwise you cannot predict from by just seeing one chart. So you just see both the charts and you will get your conclusion. Now these are the conditions for a good education or for a proper education. Now let's see that what are the conditions for not getting a good education. If education has been poor in a native's life, then what are the main reasons behind that. Actually, the main causes behind it are due to some malefic or weak planets. The weak planets in the sense that there are certain combinations. If Saturn, if a weak Saturn, not a proper Saturn, if a weak Saturn is afflicting the moon, is afflicting the fifth house and the ninth house, then the poor education is seen, because it creates a barrier in the education. It will stop your education at certain point. It will create a break in the education, because Saturn is a planet of delay. Then in weak Rahu, impact of weak Rahu on fifth house on moon, it also shows this. Then impact of weak Ketu in fifth house, this also shows that the education of the person is not good, will not be good, because weak Ketu in the fifth house creates a huge misconception about each and everything, and you are unable to concentrate. Your concentration capability is very less. So this also creates a certain break in the education. Then weak Mercury and weak moon, also if Mercury and moon as stated above, because I have said that if Mercury and moon are hampered, the native's education will not be proper. So these are the various things from which you can analyze the education of the person. Okay, now if you are new to the channel, then you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and on below the screen. And if you have any queries about your life or about any concept of astrology, you can mail me on the mail ID shown below, and we will meet in the next video. So till then, goodbye.